So continuing the preparation for the upcoming Yom Tov Sukkot, it's strong, it's powerful, it's super intense, important. It's a spiritual incubator. It's a breathing space. It's wild. It's so wild that we need to be put into a vessel. It's almost like a cast to put our spiritual bodies into, to be able to hold the bina makifim the bina, which is we're downloading stuff that is beyond what we can process. It's beyond the oisius and the letters that we have or that we are. It's pushing forward. It's massive breakthroughs, giluyim. So the word is that everything. There's massive vastness. It's Ein Sof. You can't. Our thoughts are not like his thoughts. The whole point of knowing is to get to a point of not knowing. Everything is considered like as nothing to him. Dark is like light is like dark. Yankov and Esav. What's going on over here? What is okay? So now that you told me that I'm a zero, where am I going with it now? How is this supposed to give me a force to go forward? What are we talking about? Yaakov Chevel Nachlase. We are the string that is a chelik elikai, which is connected to the top. What does that mean? So the Vartzazoi, this is based on a mimer from the Rebbe Kanesha Yarkina. It's a very intense, beautiful mimer. So the Indian is that we are the center of the universe. We are the center of the universe, which means as follows: there is massive vastness. It's everything. It's everywhere. The way one centers itself is, I'm sure you heard this before, breathe, center yourself. Take a deep breath from your nose to center yourself, to become present, which means that as you are breathing in, as you take in a breath, you are becoming present. You're making this the center of the universe. So we're going from massive vastness to beyond thought, zman and makim, and I'm becoming present. I'm becoming centered in the present moment where I'm at right now. What does that mean? First of all, it means let's go to the other. Let's first finish the thought over here. There is chesed, there is gevura. The first night comes in the chasadim, then comes in the gevuras. Forget about the first night. Avram is chasadim, Yitzchak is gevura. Chasadim and chesed and gevura are not reaching all the way to the bottom. They are an offshoot. It's a branch off, so to speak. It's a branch off from the center. It's the two wings. We've heard this expression before. Train Gatfin. You have the birds, the angels, the malachim. They have two wings, and this is how they fly. How do they fly? One is Ava and one is Yir. And this is so too. Our avoid is the same way. We're just communicating with the malachim by doing a mitzvah. It goes up and down. So by having compassion, having Ava, not compassion, having Ava, having love. Going forward and then stepping back, Kabbalah's oil, whatever that means at the time of the year and at the hour of the day, wherever you're at right at that moment. This is how we are flying. But what are we carrying? If I'm flapping the wings, you have the bird has two wings. Watch the eagle, watch the bird in the sky. You see them flapping the wings. But what are they carrying? What's in the center? The center is Das. The center is Das. That is connection. Yaakov Chevel Nachlase. Das goes all the way down to the bottom because Das is a means to an end. Das is it. Now, having Das once again is almost like stepping into vastness. If it's going from top to bottom, if it's everywhere, once again, I'm lost in my thoughts. I'm lost in this world and the ocean and the sea of knowledge, in the sea of pain, the sea of whatever it is. I'm lost in that vastness. But it's Yaakov Chevel Nechlase. This is where we are stepping into the sukkah. The sukkah is where we are inviting in the two sides, Avram and Yitzchak. We're going into a, let's just go rather with Makifim Debina, which is the incubator of giving birth to something. What am I giving birth? We're giving birth to self. We're landing. We're landing center line. We're landing. Yaakov is landing, which is the Nesher is center line. The Nesher goes up all the way to Keser. We're not going to elaborate on that now. Just keeping it to the point. We are centering. It's almost like standing in the sukkah. You have a beam of light coming all the way from the top down to the bottom, and then from bottom back to the top. And this is the avodah of going in from Maila Mata and then from Mata Maila. We're going from top down to bottom up. And this is done with massive simcha. This is the avodah of sukkahs, because with simcha put it together. I want you to imagine it's like as if there is a fog, and then you're just cleaning the fog from the mirror. You're cleaning it off. You have in the mirror there's vape. After there's a hot shower, the steam is in the bathroom, and then you're cleaning off the mirror, and it becomes clear. That's what simcha does. It takes away the fog. It takes away the confusion. It takes away the doubt, the not known, and it brings clarity. This is what happens with das. Now das is his kashrus, which means that on top of everything else, as a yid, you have his kashrus, which is you are connecting not to some offshoot, not to some a shadow of an anaf of something that is there as a result of something else, but rather we're connecting to the zach itself, center line, core. Every Yid has its center line, the lungs, the center, the organism, the breath. After we did the Ki Shofar, and we're processing, becoming aware, mindful of awakening from the Hevel, from the Shofar going all the way up to the top. So we're clearing the path for communication, clearing the line of the breath, let's just say, purifying it, bringing intention to it. Tekiyas are so important, Shechiyanu, and everybody, you have to hear the Tekiyas, and everybody is, men, women. And then you're coming into, clears that up, and then from there, getting in touch with, as you're getting in touch with your breath, taking the lulav. The lulav is that expression from, it's a spiritual expression, a spiritual manifestation of das. That's what your spine, that's what your center line looks like. Holding that, shaking the lulav, bringing in the ayin into the yesh. Bringing in, creating the nothing into something, shaking it in, bringing it into, it's almost like leaving a print when the children are in the back seat in the car and they're putting their hands on the window, and then when it gets fogged up, you see the prints. That's what the lulav is doing. You're bringing a print, you're imprinting into this olam hachomri, which is a physical. You're bringing in where this is how we are slowly, but very strongly, and the pace is picking up. How do we pick up the pace? By becoming more mindful, but doing it more intentional. By becoming more mindful and doing it more intentional, we are leaving a print in the world achomer, into the world of, so to speak, pare, which is evaporating by the minute more and more. And then when the vape is going to come up, when the vape comes in, which is throughout the year, different hevel and different fogs are coming in, you will see the imprint of what you've printed here on Sukkot. Now, it's also important that since we're all nidachim, everybody is arba kanfas haaretz. We're all over the place. Everybody's got we're deep, far away from home. Let's just say that for now. We're all over the place. But Sukkot has the koyach from Aguda Achaz. Kol Ezrach B'Yisrael Yeshu B'Sukkos. We're getting together. We're all one. We're connecting in. We go deeper and deeper as we're finding. The deeper you go, if you can't find the circle, if you can't find holding hands, at level 1, 2, 3, 4, or let's start from top down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you will find it as you go deeper and deeper and deeper within self. You will find the circle. You will find that moment of peace that it's already there. It exists. There is a center line. There is a vibration. There is a vibration. There is already a voice that you can tap into and find there the center line. Which what I'm trying to say is that I can be standing in the sukkah and I'm doing my mindfulness, my breath, and what do I find? I find a lot of noise. I find pain. I'm not there. I don't have what it takes. Life is not where it needs to be. Go deeper. It's there. You could find it. You can find it. The alternative is there is no other alternative. You got to do the legwork. Nobody's going to do it for you. We can all sit here and throw mud and put it out there. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. The only way to find it is by going deeper, getting connected with self, taking responsibility, taking ownership. If my child misbehaves, it's not my child, it's me. My child is not misbehaving. My child is just communicating right back at me. I'm sustaining his life. So if that's what I'm getting back, that means that's what I'm putting out. But if I change it from the top, and this is the avodah we've been doing throughout the month, we've been training for that. First we did from top, this is Rasa Lasata, then this is Rasa La'ela, now it's coming from Eila, now we're receiving already from the top down. He's already, everything that happens over here is just, it's happening already up there. The first the half of the month we were doing this is Rasa Lasata, Anila Doidi, we were going out there, meeting the Melech Basada, and then it's Doidi Li, now it's stepping in, he's giving back. Now that we've cleaned the vessels, we've made space, so now when the light comes in, there is enough it's been carved out so it has where to go. I've created new tracks, so now when I pour the water can run on the new tracks. So that is his kashrus, that is the lulav, that it's das, and that's what it's sukkah. Sukkah is as you stand in the sukkah. It's almost the image I get is emes me'eretz titzmach. It's like new. We spoke about this before Yom Kippur by the Kapparas. It's new creation coming out from wherever you stand. You can just create. Wherever you stand, you can just create new possibilities just coming right at you. So alav rasa, it's coming from all the way from the top down. The Alter Rebbe explains that when a father and son are separate from each other for a long period and they start missing each other, and when they meet, there's tremendous love and they're hugging it out and connecting. He explains that the embracing each other does not come from the love that they have for each other. Rather, it comes from the pain that they had throughout separation. There was such tremendous squeeze that now the coming together is what that squeeze, that separation from so far away is what creates this connection. So we're going through the first 5 up until Yom Kippur. We're going through the Gevuras, the Hey Gevuras. We're going through tremendous squeeze of building Binyan HaMalchus from a place. Remember, we spoke about Rosh Hashanah, where all the light is being drained. And then it's coming through Gevuras, and now we have 5 days going into Sukkot. It's 4 plus the night is there where it comes in. The night is where it comes in. The Chesed Avram, this massive Chasadim, is what lands the first thing in the Sukkah, and it comes in. It hovers above the Schach De'anan Yakovit, which is what we created. You're Ananim, whatever you created. But once again, we're all a good Achas. It's all one. We're connected with each other, and we're going with the highest vibration. We spoke about this. Emes, the truth is going to prevail. The highest vibration is going to cancel out the lowest vibration. So if we're connected, so we're going with the highest vibration. Whoever is producing the highest vibration, that's what we are connecting to. That's what we're tuning into. So that will cancel out everything else. So we're having, in order for it usually would be too intense. Such massive light would be too intense. It would look like what the day looked like, building up to certain days of the year that you have where there's massive spins and there's just don't know where to turn. But now we're protected by the sukkah. The same way as the schach is blocking the sun from beating too much, from coming in too strong. It gives us enough shade and it gives us enough light. The same way, now the same thing is spiritually, energetically, it works the same way. The schach it's protecting, it's hovering above, and it allows, it's channeling. We're receiving, the satellite dish is receiving enough so we can process, but at the same time it's makifim also. Because we have the koyach, how can we process something that is makifim, something that I can't have oisis for? Because we are chelik elokam yamal. We are connected all the way to the top. We are different type of species. We are weird creatures. Very weird creatures. We're able to process stuff. That's where we live. We live at the edge. We live on the edge. It's somebody once said, well, you're a tightrope walker. You're gonna fall, but tightrope walkers don't fall. But you can fall, but they don't fall because he's a tightrope walker. This is what we do, living on the edge constantly. So, but on the edge no more. The edge is becoming the norm. So here's where we had the 5 days of the first. We had the Gevuras, the first half of Das, and then we're stepping into the High Chasadim, which is the massive chasadim that's coming in from, in order for the higher it comes from, the lower it has to go, and that we'll cover in another, we'll cover that later. That's a different, it's a continuation of what we're talking about right now. But bottom line is to prepare for this, for the chasadim, to prepare for the flow, lulav, the esrig, and Agutavach.